I tell all my CEOs, this is a very, very, very important platform. And look, all the other platforms are important too, but you're up there now. You're way up there.
Best investments you can do in your future is actually go and educate yourself on credible sites and credible resources like Benzinga. I think you guys have been killing it.
The comment section on this show is remarkable. Like the quality of the combo, and just big shout out to you and your community.
So I love about you guys, you just had all your callers in right then.
Yo, what's going on, guys? Happy Monday. Woo! Monday night, we are back at it again for another episode of the Ruell Report. Cryptos are getting killed. Stocks are getting killed. It's cold out. The days are short. Everybody's depressed, but that's all right. We are going to be slanging some ideas out there tonight, guys. If you have stocks you want us to talk about, you have cryptos you want us to talk about, go ahead, drop them in the chat. Let's get this thing going. Let's smash that like button. Let's share this stream. Again, we're doing top 5 cryptos on the dip. This is going to be according to Ruell. We're waiting for Ruell. We haven't seen him yet, but I know he'll be here, okay? We're doing top 5 cryptos to buy on the dip. And then I'm also going to be talking some stocks. I mean, we do not discriminate across asset classes on this YouTube channel here, guys, all right? So let's go ahead and get this one up here. Let's go ahead and change the branding too. There we go. All right, that's a little bit better. I want to start off with this one today. Ticker Dwack, Digital World Acquisition, DWAC, Delta Whiskey, Alpha Charlie. This is the Donald Trump SPAC, okay? This is Truth Social, maybe. I'm just going to go out there boldly and say it. I think that buying Dwack at $50 per share is like the craziest trade ever. So you're buying into Truth Social, not even full valuation of the company, right? The SPAC deal, for whatever percentage of the company it is worth $2 billion. And it's pre-beta. It's not even launched yet. I hypothesize that Truth Social will never launch. Is this unfounded? Yes. Is this a political comment? No. Right? This is Luke Jacobi as the stock trader, as a stock picker, coming in and saying, I think that buying Dwack, again, this is the Trump Truth Social SPAC at $50 per share, $2 billion market cap valuation is crazy. Right? If we've seen a lot of high flyers, right? If we go ahead and we pull up a Rivian, okay, Rivian is pretty much pre-revenue. Let's go look at their last earnings report. Was that totally pre-revenue? Income statement, yes, totally pre-revenue. But at least they have a product that's coming out, and we know that the Rivian product is coming out. Is it $100 billion valuation for Rivian? Yes. Okay, so I get it. I'm not a lover of this stock necessarily either. Are we talking about pre-revenue SPACs? Yes, we are. But again, I've physically, personally, at least seen a Rivian vehicle. Dwack, pre-beta, $2 billion valuation. I'm surprised this thing is staying up there. Good for them. More power to them. But I think that getting into a Dwack at this valuation is sort of nuts. So, again, guys, if you are joining us, this is the Ruell Report. This is Monday night. We're talking hot stocks. We're getting straight into it. We're talking top cryptos. I see Mr. Ruell Black hanging out over there. Ruell, what's up? You're on the stream. Thank you for joining us, sir. How are we doing today?
Good. What's going on?
Nothing. Just starting off with the Monday night rant about Dwack. Do you know that one?
No, but you gave a very good summary right there. I'm not one for hype, but hype is a powerful thing. So,
but do you care about the truth? That's what they're going for.
Yeah, I'm not one for hype. I try to give everybody like some research so they can look at it themselves. It's not me pushing something. It's not me trying to get someone to spend their money on something, for nefarious reasons. I just set out the information and people can make their own choice. So for me at 50, nah.
And see, here's my thing with this stock. In chat, if you're out there in the chat, you have to pick one way or another. You like Dwack or you don't, long or short, okay? I'm all about the hype. You know, I can get behind a good hype train. But I mean, this thing is literally pre-beta. Like, I think there's a very good chance that the production product never launches. And you're buying into it at a $2 billion valuation. It's not a $2 billion valuation for the company, a $2 billion valuation for the SPAC. And let's say the SPAC is only buying 50% of the company, 2/3 of the company, right? Now you're at a 4 billion, 3 billion. You know what I mean? It's sort of crazy.
We've seen this before with SPACs.
Did you see the one today? There was a wild SPAC deal today. Oh, I'm ready for another rant. Can I rant again?
Oh,
top
go
5
right ahead.
cryptos, talking stocks. All right, we're going full rant mode. If anybody has stocks they want me to rant about, I can do it. I'm like a stock encyclopedia, okay?
Let's see.
All right, let's look at ticker HOG, HOG, Harley-Davidson, up 5% today on what, Ruell? Harley-Davidson is spinning out its EV unit into a separate company.
Really?
Crazy, okay? So they're spinning it out into a separate company. It's going to be its own SPAC. Let's get a ticker on this one. It might be this IMPX. Let me see if this is it. Yeah, it's IMPX. So this is the SPAC. It's going to be called Livewire. This is the Harley-Davidson EV SPAC. Harley-Davidson EV. I was looking at the vehicles today. They do look sort of dope. 40K. I'm not a buyer. I had actually a bad motorcycle accident when I was younger and will probably never own one again. But let's go back to this, okay? Harley-Davidson spinning its electric motorcycle chain out into its own separate publicly traded company. So let's go back to ticker HOG, because this is the one that I want to go in on. The fact that Harley-Davidson has an EV line and is now spinning it into a separate company, what does that tell you? That tells you that the future of Harley-Davidson is going to be gasoline-powered vehicles indefinitely. Okay, they had an EV unit, they had EV products, they spun it out into another company. So the future of Harley-Davidson motorcycles is going to be entirely gasoline. So if we're talking 10 years from now, if you think that Harley-Davidson is going to be a bigger business than it is today, selling 100% gas vehicles with no electric mix, then go ahead, buy your shares of HOG. If you think that Harley-Davidson to be a bigger company 10 years from now should have electric vehicles as a part of the mix, then I'm sorry, you are SOL. Its electric vehicle unit is being spun out into its own public company. That's what I think is crazy about this deal. And Harley-Davidson will own about, I think it's 75% of the new entity, but that'll change over time. They'll sell off its stake. It'll raise money. You know, that ownership position will get diminished. So again, I think the long-term thinking here is if you're going to be a Harley-Davidson shareholder, you need to be okay with the fact that Harley-Davidson is going to be gasoline-powered vehicles only indefinitely. And if you think that makes the company a bigger company 10 years from now, then by all means, buy the Harley-Davidson stock. If you don't, and you have concerns like I do, then I think it's a reason to be a little bit worried.
Yeah, I would be worried about that. I don't understand why they would make that move personally. The only thing that Harley-Davidson has really is nostalgia. If you're gonna, want to have a Harley-Davidson, I don't know why they would actually flip off the future of their company. That doesn't make sense to me. But
yeah, man, I'm 28 years old. Nobody my age. I know literally nobody that owns a Harley-Davidson motorcycle. This thing is sort of cool. This is the electric one. Now its own company.
The only thing I can think of is that they would want a separate group of people that, like, you wouldn't want like Harley-Davidson old heads, like old people working on like EVs and EV advertising. Maybe they want to separate that into its own company so that it can have its own separate new focus without any old school Harley-Davidson people influencing it. That could be my only thought there.
I mean, it could be. All right, are we buying gold? Are we buying orange or black?
My stock pick for today is RAM. I don't know if you heard about this, but
all right, we're talking stocks, baby. All right, so we just covered Dwack, DWAC. We just covered HOG for anybody who's just joining us. If you have other stocks or cryptos to talk about, put them in the chat. We're going full rant mode today. So your stock, Ruell, is ticker RAM. They announced a SPAC deal today. What is it?
It is a metaverse play. Now, people have to understand with stocks, they're going to move way slower than crypto. So this SPAC probably won't close for like 6 months, and then they won't have good like earnings for like another 6 months. So like this is a really long-term play. But the thing that I like about SPACs is that they mostly hold their value. Buying it at $10, you're not risking much. It's going to stay pretty much at $10. So yeah, that's my play with it. And I like how SPACs always kind of show the future, and that like they're getting to metaverse plays right now. It's going to be a little bit until that whole infrastructure for metaverses is set up. But once it's set up, it's going to boom.
All right, and I just pulled it up. So here's our infinite world. Dude, come on, Ruel. These SPAC deals are getting out of hand, man.
They are.
12,000 followers, $700 million SPAC deal. Come on, Brody.
Yeah, the whole area's cooled off a lot, but it's like I said, like I feel like they're a really stable, investment, but just know that the money's kind of gonna be dead for a while. Like it's not gonna move that much. Like put it in
This is
there.
like the thing behind the thing for the metaverse.
No, it's just like a metaverse company, and it's good enough that someone's willing to like donate millions of dollars to it. So so
I mean millions. You're saying millions. Talking about 700 million. Hey, and while we're on our Monday night rants, so I just did my one rant. I did my 2 rants. I did Dwack and Hog. You did yours, Ram. Can we just round it out with a solid 4 rants? Can I bring another Benzinga guest on here? We're just kicking Monday night off strong with four hard rants.
Oh yeah, let's do it. And then let's talk some
Then we're talking top 5 cryptos. All right, Colby baby, what's going on?
What's up, guys? How are ya?
Doing well. For anybody who doesn't know, Matt Kolb, another Benzinga guy with us out here, another big stock guy. He picks a lot of shitty stocks, I would say.
What do you mean? My stock was the #1 stock in the stock market today.
What was it? You were probably Baba. He was long Alibaba.
But I do pick microcaps for the most part, but that's for my speculative. I'm not going to talk about Baba to Luke because how is that exciting, Luke?
#1 stock of the day. I got my gainers widget. Let's set it to all market caps. Biggest gainer of the day, up 125%. What is it, Matt Kolb?
Sea change, baby.
You're in it?
I am in it, and I'm in it.
All right.
large.
What's your average price? Your average price like 175?
No, 93 cents.
All right, Sarah. All right, give us the Monday night rant on this one. Ticker SEAC, Sierra Echo Alpha Charlie.
Well, Bloomberg came out with a story. I mean, that's not why I'm involved in the stock in the first place. I'm involved in it because they have some of the best ad technology out there. And they're also building technology for all the streaming companies. So if someone wanted to build a streaming channel, you can go to them. It'd be turnkey. There's many different ways that you could drive revenue from that name. So that's why I was in it. Because of this is very important. A lot of stocks are trading almost negative enterprise value because of how things are getting beaten up. So I was buying it. They were going to do 30 million in sales next year. It was trading at 0.4 times EV to sales before today. I'm thinking, okay, they're growing 20%. They're in the hot area, ad tech, streaming, and they have a lot of cable customers. I'm thinking this is a great play into 2022. So I was not expecting a merger. I mean, it hasn't officially been done, but Bloomberg is they're not wrong when they come out, especially in a $30 million company. So there has to be some credence to this story is what I'm saying.
Okay, wait. So what's the Trump tie with Triller? Triller is the supposed acquirer of SEAC, the reported acquirer.
It says Trump joined Triller. I know nothing about Triller before this. Seriously, I mean.
No, I knew Triller because Triller is like the TikTok rival. I knew Triller because when the government was threatening, when Trump was threatening to ban TikTok, Triller was like the one.
Okay, yeah, I didn't know that. See, I'm so old. I'm 40, bro.
Okay, this is hilarious. Look at this. Donald Trump and son Donald Trump Jr. were guest boxing commentators for Triller's September boxing event.
Yeah.
Okay, that's sort of funny.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, it's better to be lucky than good. I bought it for fundamentals in 2022. And if this happens, if they do, even if it's a partnership, right? If you're partnering with Trump, I could see a Dwack type of situation with sea change. So I wouldn't be chasing it, but on a dip, they do have earnings tomorrow. So all this is kind of weird. They do have earnings tomorrow night.
Oh, that's interesting. That's really interesting.
Why,
so you have
why
a
would
stock?
Bloomberg come out with the story the day, a day before earnings?
I bet it's in earnings. We see that. We see M&A news. We see buybacks come out with earnings. Yeah, they'll drop the they'll drop like an M&A PR at 4:04 and then drop the earnings PR at 4:05 p.m.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't watch it that close. I know it's usually I've seen it around occasionally, but yeah, it's interesting. So yeah, they have earnings tomorrow night. And, but that's not, let's go back to the SPACs, the valuations, everything is nuts. That's why everything's coming back. You guys are spot on and I'm interested. So are you like a big crypto guy? Because I still can't understand crypto. I'm a stock guy, been doing it for so long. And I'd like to hear kind of your thoughts on how I can learn crypto in the easiest way possible.
Oh, I got you. So I have a video about this on my channel. It's like crypto, what is it really? And really, to kind of just like
what's
give
the
like
answer?
cliff notes. I'm sorry?
What's the answer?
To give it like cliff notes. Everybody thinks about the cryptocurrency part of it, but the two biggest parts are the blockchain and the DeFi. And the blockchain is basically, you can think of it as like a certificate of authenticity, but basically in computer form. That's what the blockchain is. So you can apply that to NFTs and that, okay, you're making these basketball cards and now you have the blockchain behind it. You automatically have a certificate of authenticity. Bam. And when you think of DeFi, it's decentralized finance. So if you or I, Matt, if we did a bank transaction with a centralized company, it'll be my bank and your bank. And then it'll be all the middlemen in between. So you got the middlemen that need to clear the money. You got the middlemen between the middlemen. So you got like 85 people taking fees. Whereas we decentralized finance, it's more like we're just doing a trade back and forth. Like I'm coming over your house. I'm trading you like, I don't know, my most def CD. And I'm borrowing your like, I don't know, like I'm borrowing your PS5 or something like that. So it's a trade that we've both agreed upon. And now the rates are tons better for both of us because they're not 85 middlemen in between. You get better loan rates and I get better, or you get better lending rates and I get better loan rates. So those are the two biggest things for crypto.
Yeah. Well, I see the technology behind it, but what I don't understand is how do you pick the actual crypto? I mean, how is the crypto tied to the technology?
Okay, so let me say this too, Cole. Before Ruell answers, I'm going to jump in for him. Ruell has been crazy hot with crypto picks this year. Like stupidly hot. Like he knocked out a couple of them to me. And I'm like, okay, it's sort of a fluke. Everybody gets lucky. Everybody makes some hot calls. Didn't follow him into any. And it's been like hot, like impressively hot. So
before Ruell answers,
yeah,
I do have a question. So my buddy and I, like, how do we find the next one? So there's like, it's so overwhelming. And I mean, is it a project based? Like, what do you do to find the next big one?
Well, I say, what do you know?
Me personally?
Yeah.
Very little.
Come on, man.
I know stocks really well. I know crypto, absolutely nothing about it, pretty much.
No, you're probably being very modest. So, for example,
no, he's not.
I'm like,
yeah,
I'm a computer engineer, right? So, what do I know? I know programming. I know video games. I know like stuff like that. So you take that and you apply it to crypto. They're taking so many, like, for example, I just gave you the example of a basketball card, right? So there's NBA Topshot. They're doing really great with NFTs and selling basketball cards as an NFT, right? So that's one of my hobbies. I love to trade basketball cards. So I got into that. And that ended up being really lucrative to me or for me because I knew, hey, people like basketball cards. People like to sell, trade, and buy basketball cards. So I already know that that's a lucrative area. So when you put that on the blockchain, I just know it's something that's going to sell.
So how do you know, like, is there limit prices? Like, how do you know that it's not going to fall out underneath you because it's like, how do you value? So I'm
No,
a fundamental guy.
So Matt, I think you're thinking too much into it. Like
but eventually, as we see the stock market, valuation does matter.
No. What's hot now?
Crypto NFTs, real hot.
Wait, no. Like what's like? Okay, metaverse.
The metaverse is really big. Yep.
Metaverse is hot. And like I said,
but Cole, do you understand why the metaverse is hot?
Take something that you know in your area, something that's good for you.
Do you know why it's hot?
No, I have no fucking idea.
Why is the metaverse hot?
Metaverse is hot because, man, I'm 42 and I have kids, man. So kids are effing nuts for Fortnite.
Yeah, wait, but isn't Roblox the metaverse?
Yes, it is. Kids are nuts for that. So
why are we doing all these metaverse trades? Why are we not just loading into Roblox?
It's not really for us. They're getting it ready for all this new buying power. Our kids are about 12, 13, 14. When they're 18, 19, 20 in college, they're going to be primed for that buying power to go into the metaverse, go ahead and go buy things. Like here, let me share
with
something.
Inflation, aren't they going to be priced out? Because isn't things like crazy?
Well, like why don't we load into Roblox then?
Let me share something for you. The reason
why
you don't.
Hey, wait, really quick. Look at this Roblox revenue growth over 3 quarters, 400 to 500 million.
No. See,
that's
the reason why you don't load into Roblox is because of quantity. I can show you a good crypto coin that's under $1, whereas you buy one share of Robux for $111. You can go out buy that same amount and have what, like 150 coins?
See, I'm with Shane in the chat, but yes, your math is correct. Shane's saying metaverse a little too hot.
Well,
no.
I mean, Ruell, that's why I play microcaps, because I find the 50 cents to the dollar stocks, but then I could value them. So like so when people come to me, like, you should buy this crypto.
But Ruell is valuing it. It's not like he's just pulling it out of his ass. He's saying,
I know that,
here's
but
demand today. Where's demand tomorrow going to be?
No, I get what you're saying, Matt. I get what you're saying. He's not saying that. He's not saying that. He's saying that that's why he goes with those stocks, because he can get the best value around there, and he can just apply his valuation to it. I get what you're saying, and it's the same thing here, but you're taking and leveraging your knowledge on something that you see that could be hot in the stock world is going to be same hot in the crypto world. So let me just show you a little bit of what I'm talking about here.
Okay.
Can you guys see my screen yet?
Nope.
Here, I just swapped it.
Oh, okay, I like that quote.
So here's a crypto I'm huge on. It's called Seek, right? Come look at Seek. It's AR/VR metaverse company. Already has huge stars behind it. Lady Gaga, Demi Lovato, Ringo Starr, Ziggy Marley. And look here. They've already had a concept store that they've presented to H&M. Did you see that? Did you see this concept here?
I'm looking at it now.
Kiss me, tease me, touch my body slow. Please me, nice and easy, make me lose control. Loco, I be like Bongo.
Okay, so then how much would something like that, with this type of star power behind it, with doing concepts to H&M, like how much would that something like that be worth in the crypto world? I mean, in the stock world?
I mean, there'd be a lot of value behind it, but then
how much do you think it would cost to share?
Oh, I mean, I'd have to see, like, what the business model is. I mean, that's kind of like, how are they going to generate revenues? I mean, well, it's only trading at 55 cents. I mean, why was it down 11% today? I'd always ask that.
So here's the thing about it.
Woo!
It went up tons. And this catalyst right here is that Facebook announcing Meta. Meta was kind of getting a little bit hot before that. And one way I can show you that is we come over here to the stock stuff, I'm going to show you a Metaverse ETF started in July. So someone knew Metaverse stuff was going to be hot in July. You know what I'm saying? So it makes sense because they created this Metaverse ETF, right? It makes sense that Seek here in October is going to like fly off the handle, right? You got AR VR, which you know you're going to need these AR VR headsets to be in the metaverse. You got stars like Francis Ngannou, Demi Lovato, you know, Lady Gaga, all these people behind it. So it makes sense that
What's the market cap on this one?
market cap like 413 million. But I'm not even looking at that.
No, I know. I mean, I'm just kind of curious.
I understand it, and you might be a fundamentals guy. For me, it's like, okay, like I need a few like pieces. And
but then how do you know when to sell? So that's the thing is like, is it on intuition?
It ran. I thought it had $1 in it, and when it got to $1, I basically I took profits then. I kind of felt like there may be like, it always seems to be this end of the year that people take profits on cryptos and stocks. I don't know what that is. Maybe that's rebalancing of portfolios. Maybe that's I don't know.
It's tax loss selling this year.
Okay, but that always seems to be the deal. So I took some profits. I didn't expect it to fall this much because let me show you something here. Remember when we were talking DeFi, right? This fun little site called DeFi Llama. So DeFi is basically like a decentralized bank. Let me show you this. So since 2021, we've gotten $237 billion locked up in crypto.
Oh, I know, it's insane.
Since like, what was that? October. So since October, we've had like $37 billion come into crypto.
Wait, and I thought the total market cap was 3 trillion.
3 trillion. That might be true, but I'm talking.
Oh, just DeFi. You're just talking just DeFi.
Just DeFi. So, so all this money was flowing into crypto, and I saw it coming out of the stock market. I thought it might stay in the crypto market, and a lot of it did stay, but it seems like people had that, like you said, the little tax loss thing, and yeah. So we got all of this stuff happening in crypto now. We got publicly traded companies like Voyager, Coinbase, soon eToro. Like, crypto's not just for nerds anymore. Like it's rounding out to be something really big.
No.
But yeah, that's what I think of it. It's first.
Wait, there's an ETF?
Yeah, there's a Metaverse ETF. That's what I was saying. Like, someone knew here in July that Metaverse was going to be a big thing. So the people here in Roundball, they knew it was going to be a big thing. So they started their ETF here.
What are the holdings in that?
Stuff like Square, Sony, which owns a piece of
probably Facebook,
Epic Games, Facebook, yep. Tencent, which owns a piece of Epic Games, and of course, Tencent is the company that makes the most from video games worldwide. Let's see here. Round Hill Meta ETF.
Ruell, you know what? You got me thinking. Like, this is so out of my wheelhouse. But I mean, it's getting the wheels turning.
Yeah, dude. Check out some of my videos. It's just really, it really correlates really well, and the crypto market seems to move a lot quicker than the stock market. Let's see. But to answer your questions on the holdings, so they got Nvidia, Robux, Microsoft, Unity, which makes sense. They probably have Unity and Unreal Engine. Like these are the top metaverse like video game softwares. Apple, Qualcomm, which is semiconductors, Intel
They got all
semiconductors.
the big boys. Okay, nice.
Yeah. Disney, of course, they own Marvel, all the Marvel rights. Blizzard, of course, video games.
It's a very diversified portfolio.
Right. So that's what we got. That's what we got in here. But another thing with crypto. Okay, so I can't remember all the things I said from my video. So we got DeFi, and then I guess anything that can have a value in the real world is being kind of tokenized. Like I said again with the basketball cards, we got NBA Topshot. And these guys, like in all the crypto world too, does a huge, very good job of marketing. So they have these cards, which are really kind of like 4-second JPEGs of a sweet basketball moment. Very great marketing. And every time one of these gets sold, the NBA owners and the players make money. So they also advertise.
That's cool.
They put it on Twitch. Like this is this is huge.
They're definitely incentivized then.
Oh yeah, so they're definitely incentivized to market it. Like it's the perfect like fusion of everything that will work for everyone. So like anything like this that you might have done.
That video is being is an NFT like only 499 times, or is there 499 different?
Yes, that is correct.
So it's the same video, 499. It's not 499 different ones.
It's 499 different NFTs of this video. And like I said, remember the blockchain is going to give you that certificate of authenticity. So if you own it, the blockchain automatically records when it was minted, who minted it, who's the current owner. So you automatically kind of have that certificate of authenticity. That's why it's like ridiculous when people like say, "Oh, I could just make the video." Well, you don't have the certificate of authenticity. You don't have that. So you can.
So how do I know what it's worth? How do I know what that Kevin Durant thing is worth? Is that on OpenSea or
no? So they have their own internal marketplace. We come over here.
I had a good question.
Yeah. Yep. So you can buy it on their own marketplace, and you can
sell it on the marketplace too once you own it.
Yes. So they make that really simple. But since you mentioned OpenSea,
and is Topshot still super hot or no?
It's still pretty hot. There's a couple things that are hotter than it.
God, how do you keep up with the trends, man? I'm so old.
Well, two of the biggest things that I use coinmarketcap.com and I use CryptoSlam. Hopefully I'm gonna get Benzinga to put all of this stuff in the Pro, and then I'll just replace both of those two tools with Benzinga Pro. But here they have really nice things where you come and you can see top NFTs. Like let's do a little simple tutorial of this guy. So you can do top NFTs, top metaverse ones, and top DeFi ones. And that's like pretty much everything. But then you can do also just general cryptocurrencies right here. And you can sort for the last 24 hours, last 7 days. And you kind of just get in here and see what's going on. Just observe it for a couple weeks. But then when you get into it, what you can do is you go down here and they give you a nice little synopsis about what's going on. So let's use a known example. Seek VR. Hey, Luke, you might not know this about me, but in college I did a little tutoring, so I feel like I'm good at explaining things a little bit.
You are amazingly good at explaining things. Yes.
So here we have Seek. So here is Seek is a cryptocurrency. Okay, this is not a good what
Overview.
Seek is, but they do have the links to the website, and they do, if you go down further, tell you where you can buy it.
So where do you put a stop loss? Do you put a stop loss in? I mean, if this thing just, let's say
So-
it gets cut in half, are you buying more? Like, that's my biggest problem is I don't know where the what's the word? Where the bottom will fall out, right?
Yes, and I feel like the more you trade it, the more you kind of feel kind of where the bottom is. But this one, when I saw it, it was literally at 2 cents, and I was like, for me, it was like, okay, this has to have $1 in it. And then I saw everything that Sandbox and all these virtual land cryptos did, and I'm like, yeah, this
All
has
right,
a
Ruel, what's the next Seek, please? And then don't tell anybody in this room, just tell me.
next Seek. Ooh, that's a hard one.
That's your homework for the day. The homework for the day.
No, just line them up right now. What's your number one on the buy list right now, Ruel?
Well, I'd have to say Seek is number one right now, because at 55 cents, I still think it has $1 in it. And they're doing things like having virtual land and stuff like that. But now,
but aren't you in crypto to get the home run? Like 55 to $1, you know. In the stock returns, that's amazing. But I mean, the way the crypto traders are, everything's going to go 100x. I want the next 100x.
Of course. Now, there's people that are all about the hype, but for me, I'm all about like use cases. I like this.
Perfect. That I need guys like you. There needs to be more people like you that can explain it to me, right? I mean, you've done an amazing job today. I'm really appreciative.
Oh, of course, man. Here's one that I've been high on for a while, and it's at a really good low point right now. VeChain, and I just did a video on this one. First of all, VeChain is in supply chain. We have all these issues cropping up with supply chain right now. Like there's food supply chain problems, there's semiconductor supply chain problems, and VeChain's looking to solve that issue. They have they're partnered with Walmart China, Sam's Club China. They're partnered with
VeChain is?
Huh?
VeChain is?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, why is it only at 0.07 cents? Is there a lot of shares or a lot of coins outstanding?
There's a lot of coins outstanding, and of course, just like the stock market, there's a manipulation, right? So, to me, VeChain, there's no reason why it should be sitting at 7 cents. And if we look at it overall, it's still like,
what was the low?
The lowest low was like back here where it was like 0.0004.
Okay, so someone is still wealthy.
Yeah, someone's really wealthy, but this was like when you couldn't buy it in almost anywhere. Now you can buy it on Voyager. Like you can buy it on the Voyager app.
Is Voyager the like the biggest place that offers it? VeChain? Wait, and Ruel, wait, let's go back to this price chart. Cold. So this is one that Ruel's been pitching for a while. Oh, you might have been wrong on this one, Ruel. What's your price on it?
Not at the time. Not at the time I wasn't wrong. And
like you definitely wrote it higher, but this thing has crashed recently. But you were definitely way up 2 weeks ago. For sure, you were way up on this pick.
Yeah, for sure. But I it still remains for this one. And something new with this, like you can almost think of all of these as a bank themselves. VeChain just got into DeFi. So if we come over here and take a look, we go all the way. Are these chains? No, that's the overview. Let's go to chains.
Wait a second. It still has a 7 billion market cap?
I'm sorry?
It has a 7 billion fully diluted market cap. Wow. That's not cheap. I don't know. I mean, cheap is
5 billion of
no.
assets in it right now.
Yeah, it's
But what's the difference between fully diluted market cap and 5 billion? So that's if every coin is printed.
I'm not sure about
I
that.
assume so. Wait, hover over that information icon. I'm curious.
There's a fully diluted, Luke, and then
Yeah, if max supply was out.
got it.
Okay, and they're the 31st ranked coin. They've been around, like I said, they've been around for a little bit, about 2 years. So they're doing some big things. But one of the things I like that makes it even more diversified is now that they're getting into DeFi. If we come over here, take a look.
And if anybody in the chat is out there and you have assets, stocks, or cryptos for us to look at, drop them in the chat. Hit that like button too. Share the stream.
So of course they just had money flow out today, but them getting into DeFi means it's gonna be like, besides supply chain, they now have people swapping coins on their site. So every time someone swaps a coin, they're gonna make money from it. And as you can see, I already have some.
So I mean, is there a point where there's just too many cryptos out there? Like, how many are there in the entire crypto sphere right now?
There's so many, and some people, their whole thing is like, just trade the top 10. And for me, I feel like you'd be missing out on so much if you're just trading the top 10. If we come over here and take a look, let's see, top 10. You'll be missing out on so much if you're just trading these top 10 here. Again, it's all about application, and like Seek, what I gave you, it's like a metaverse kind of, you could say it's a metaverse coin. Like Cryo War. A lot of people are hot and heavy on this. And this is how quickly the crypto market moves. If we look at this over a year, what is it? Okay. So from the 15th to the 27th, this guy, what, 3x?
Cryo is almost at the highs.
Right. So it 2x'd in what, 15 days. You can't get, rarely do you see that type of movement in the stock market.
Wait, yeah, it was at $1.16 yesterday. Now it doubled. What the heck happened?
Is it just wild like that?
Nothing. Yeah, the crypto market is really just wild like that. That's why it's like for example, with Seek, I was telling people about it at like 2 cents. So if you got,
then again, I mean, Cryo War hit $5 at one point, and so I guess it bottomed out at $1.03.
Right,
and the technical level.
and that's kind of why I tell everyone to, like, really take your profits, because if you got in right here and you just take out half when it got, when it doubled, everything else from here is profit for you.
All right, Ruel, can we grab some out of the chat?
Sure.
All right, Cardano. ADA. So yeah, Cardano.
Back in a second. I'm gonna get a glass of water.
All right, so Ruel, it's gonna be Cardano, it's gonna be SHIB, it's gonna be Polkadot.
Okay.
Those are the ones out of the chat.
All right, so Cardano. I'll wait for Matt to come back to do Cardano, but let's go to Polkadot. Polkadot, as much as everyone gives Cardano flack, Polkadot's pretty much in the same exact place that Cardano is right now. And Cardano is the one who always gets the flack. I don't understand that. I just really don't understand that. If we go look at Polkadot, was as high as 53, bottom out to like 26 right now. I don't see any reason why it's at 26. None whatsoever. But what's going to change for Polkadot is they need to get their smart contracts and their DApps in place, and everything needs to go on its network. They're almost there. I finally saw them have a DApp, a DeFi thing come online here. So they kind of beat Cardano to that, but Cardano's not far off either. Where is it? Polkadot.
Ruel, do you trade stocks at all?
I do. And I started getting out of stocks when I saw that crypto was just so much more like lucrative.
You're so much smarter than me. I kept saying no. My buddy gave me my first. I won the bet on the Michigan State Michigan game. He goes, "I'm only paying you in crypto." So he made me open up a Coinbase account. I got $500 in crypto.
Nice. Yeah, man. Like for me, it's all quantity. It's like if you could go back in time and go to the stock market when it was 10 years old, that's what crypto is like to me. And even if we went to like the top 100, like, okay, HBAR is one of those coins to me that's really, really, really big too. So it's Phantom. Okay, so let's just take HBAR as an example. A lot of people in the crypto community don't like it because they have big centralized backers like Google and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But when they get their DeFi online, which they're going to have it online soon, it's this site here, AKT. And
we have one more out of the chat we got to get, OMI.
Okay.
You know that one?
I do know that one.
Don't.
So they're going to get once they get their DeFi online, I expect this to shoot up.
And MTV. Okay. I don't know that one either.
That one I may not know.
Okay. So I have a question. Sure. I see Hedera's fully diluted tokens is 11 billion. Like, do people mine Hedera like they do Bitcoin? Like, how does it work?
There you go. So that was a good question, Matt. So so there's two ways in crypto about like mining, and there's a big fight about that. So there's proof of work, which you can basically say is mining. That's what Bitcoin does. Mm-hmm. And another coin that I personally mine called Helium. They do mining too. The other way of doing it is called proof of stake. Now, with proof of stake, what it does is basically, I say I'm a crypto coin, right? I will pay you to hold on to my coin.
I know it's lending. I've seen this, and there's insane rates, but how does that create new coins out of thin air?
Okay, and about that. So basically, with that, excuse me 1 second. With that, it basically gives the company a control arm. Okay, so they have the staking and they pay you a certain percentage, but then they implement burning. And they just burn tokens. They can choose to burn tokens from, like, usually the foundation holds back a certain percentage of tokens. That's why you got like the circulating supply is only 30 cents or 37%, 36%.
Why who would burn their tokens? You're burning money. I would burn money.
No.
I'm Jewish, man. We don't do that shit.
They burn money because they have certain, like, they have economists or whatever working on it, so they can keep the coin at a certain level of price. So if you use Hedera to buy something, for instance, mm-hmm. they can choose to have all the tokens that were used to buy stuff be burned. And they can really have a really nice control on the supply because they can choose to, say, raise the staking percentage if they want to put more coins out there, or lower the staking percentage if they think that the price is getting too high or too low. Like, it really gives you checks and balances on your coin.
So you're saying they could raise the staking percentage based off of where the price is?
Yes.
I mean, isn't this? I mean, aren't you worried that the SEC? I mean, I'm just, because that seems like that would go against banking rules. I mean, like a security rule by lending.
Well, it's not it's not a banking thing as of right now, and it does do. I can see a really good thing about it because it just gives you controls on the coin, and I don't think like with these huge coins, they're not gonna try to manipulate their stuff and make it like they're not gonna do something that's gonna jeopardize the price of their coin. Put it that way.
And I appreciate you taking these tough questions. I just,
Sure.
I don't understand it. So when I don't understand something, I just ask a lot of questions.
No, that's good. I wish more people did that. I think it'd be a much better world if people did that. I think people would come to a better understanding of people, not only.
You want to hear something funny? My buddy, I told my buddy to get into the stock we talked about earlier. And he thought they were like in SeaWorld or something. He goes, "What did this company even do?" I'm like, "I told you what they did 10 times."
Yeah, man, you got to ask questions.
He just listened to my opinion. Like, obviously, I have a track record, but that scared me. I'm like, I said, go to their website. I explained to them what they did. He didn't remember. I mean, how crazy is that?
Yeah, man. But you know what? That just shows how much your friend trusts your opinion.
Of course. Hey, Ruell, I want to find you on Twitter before I forget. Are you on Twitter?
Yep. It's Blackroo at Blackroo, and my YouTube, you just go darkhorsewatcher.com.
Luke, can you put that up? I tried to find it for the group.
Yeah, let me put it in the chat.
Great. So I'm sure everybody wants to follow you, and then I can put mine in the chat too.
Yep,
I don't know. Can I do that, Luke?
Yeah.
From here?
I'll put everybody's in the chat. How's
Okay.
that?
To darkhorsewatcher.com, and that'll lead you straight to my channel. And
what is yours called? Your Twitter?
MSUMAK. MSUMAK. I'm not Hot Stocks Luke.
And anybody that doesn't understand crypto, check out this video. Crypto, what is it really? Please ask questions. I really appreciate if people ask questions.
That's such a nice attitude, Ruell. That's great.
I really do.
So I know I kind of asked this earlier. If I want to do research, what would I look for in the next up and coming crypto? So my buddy, he's a doctor. He's called them, but he's too scared. He has a little bit of profit. He sells, but he always feels like he's late when he gets in because it's not the bare minimum. He'll buy, it goes up a little bit, then it skyrockets, and he yells at me. I mean, what did I do? I don't understand crypto. So him and I were like talking. How do we find, like, what do we need to look for? Is it Metaverse? Is it AI? Like what do I need to find the next crew and all these other big ones?
So the first thing I do is I research things that I know about. Like, okay, so and I try to stay abreast of the news, and like I knew Metaverse was coming, so I started investing in Metaverse things. Like I know basketball cards because I played basketball cards. I knew that was a big thing. So like my first step usually is I come on here and I just see, I don't know, I'll look and see what's going on for the day. So like, let's just say, okay, cryptocurrencies, and I come on here and I say, okay, show me what's trending for the last 24 hours. And I might go look at these and see, like, are they in any of the areas I think are hot? Are they in something I think is trending? Like, if they are, it might be something I invest in. Mm-hmm. I might go on Twitter and like do some perusing, but usually I try to go look and see what's hot right now. What's hot for the last 7 days? Is it in something that I think is something that's gonna, be something that's great? Like, oh, for example, okay, so last 7 days, right? We went into this one. Now, I just so happen to know this one right here, and I have a video on this one. Definitely check it out. They have a partnership with Facebook. Oasis, right? Not too many people know about this. So if you ask me a question about the next 100x guy, this guy I think has some potential because they're partnered with Facebook. And personally, I go through my whole like research, and you probably do this with stocks too. I check Twitter. If we go Oasis Network. Or actually, Oasis.
I mean, there is due diligence. You really do put the work in. It seems.
Yeah, I put in mad work with this. That's why I have a Patreon, so I offer that for people. But
sorry,
really,
for people that don't, what's a Patreon?
Oh, it's just a little like people back in the day, they used to have patron saints. Like, so like you can think of it like Christopher Columbus had like Spain be his patron saint to like sail over to America or whatever.
Okay.
So they created this site Patreon where it's like, okay, as a creator, like I'm not monetized on YouTube yet. Gonna be soon. It'll happen.
It's
But
sort of like you used to like patronize an artist or something like that. Like I don't know.
exactly. So like
Okay.
I think
they
that's
just
the right use of
patronize
the word.
me. And what I offer for them is just like a little weekly crypto watch list for $7.77. Really good value. I mean, people say I should charge more, but like this is what I'm giving to people. And it's $7.77. And I even do bonus posts because I appreciate people so much. Let's see, where is it published? So I'll do bonus posts where I tell people what I'm watching for the moment. Like, hey, we just went over this, so I can go at least show this. Oasis partnered with Facebook. I give them a Twitter link to right where it is, so they can just like know exactly what the information is. And I give this before I even post it on YouTube because I want to give them something for their money. And I give them the direct link. So we put in this link, it goes boom. Oasis is excited to be working with Meta AI, formerly Facebook AI, on fascinating application of secure computing technologies in AI. Stay tuned for more early next year. Oasis and Meta. And here they're saying it again. And as far as I see, Meta didn't say anything about like we're not partnered with them. So I'm assuming when Facebook actually announces more next year, this guy will probably, pop off. So that's some of the things I offer for people. But it's like how you were now. You were asking questions. I really love it if people come into the Patreon and they ask questions. They tell me about coins they like because I feel like as a community, we get way more done than being just one person, right? So, like, honestly, I really welcome questions. Question me on the show, question me on Twitter, like, ask me about coins on Twitter, whatever, because like we're stronger together, kind of thing. I really believe in that.
This has been great.
But yeah, just like now that you have your Coinbase account, just play around with and just check out a couple cryptos.
How much? Okay, so I don't know what the average person does to invest. I mean, do you have a recommendation? Is it like 1% of your portfolio, 5, 10? Like, what do you do? Do you have like 10 coins and you split it 10% a piece? Is it 5%? I mean, obviously I don't want to tell these guys to do 25. If it is, just tell everybody at home not to do that. But yeah, just tell me a little bit about your strategy there.
I just invest in the coins I believe in. I don't have like a portfolio percentage. But maybe I should put out something for my patrons, but it's
important. To have a strategy, like if you want to institutionalize it, like I always say, like, for me, I usually take 10 to 15% positions in my speculative portfolio. You know, I mean, and then I cap it off, right? So that's usually where I'm at. It's just good to, you know, have a strategy. So, and then I keep a lot of cash on the sideline. So if it does go down, I could average in.
Right. I do keep some cash on the sidelines, like about 10 or 15%. But what I've noticed is usually when like Bitcoin and altcoins are raging, you have like play to earn cryptos and NFTs that usually start booming after that. And it just kind of like I think NFTs and play to earn games are the inverse of this market. So basically when this starts happening, I start kind of falling back on my play to earn games.
Wait a second. You can look by Metaverse tokens. You can actually sort that way. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's really cool, I think.
Sort by Metaverse.
How'd you do that? Can you show us how I get there and do that?
Sure. Okay, go to CoinMarketCap. And then right across the top here, they have the category. So DeFi, like we mentioned before, Metaverse, they used to have play to earn, but I think they kind of like collapsed that into Metaverse.
Okay.
You got NFTs here. And I usually just kind of look and see what's popping.
Yeah, Ruel, you should do like a course for new Bitcoin traders. I think that would be really helpful. Maybe take some of the content from today, some other really good content, put that together. That'd be a good YouTube thing I'd watch.
Thanks, man. I
totally agree.
And I appreciate it.
I mean, and then people, that's how I get hooked. It's like, I was watching this doctor today and he had this one amazing video. I watched 20 different videos from him and now I'm hooked. He's like my favorite guy. So, I mean, I'm sure a lot of people, even the people that are just chasing after crypto, don't understand what they're investing in. So, you know, if you can come up and explain it very simply, I think it would really help everyone.
Yeah, man, because I really feel like crypto's the future. That whole decentralized portion, that's going to take out so many fees for like the regular person. I really feel like we're gonna have a society where there's all these different blockchains and people are just doing payments on their phone via crypto, and it's just gonna cut out so many of these like.
So are you gonna kill off everybody in Social Security? Everyone 65 or older that doesn't understand this though?
Well, I think they might. Just,
how are they going to participate? My father
have their like grandson or like their son like trade it for them,
or make all the payments for them.
Right.
See that's if you could get adoption for the older generation, then I can see it really take. I think that's the most important, is getting me to wanting to pay with crypto. If I can do it easily, then it makes a use case for me much easier.
Oh yeah, and there are some companies out there that are doing that. Proton, they're one I like, where they actually like they have all these things with wallets, and we could talk about wallets later, but they basically have a wallet set up where you can put in like a username, and that's kind of your wallet. Now, the reason that's really nice is because like if you go to like you go out to eat, right? You're giving this person your credit card. Like they could copy down all your information and do God knows what with it. And if you could just pay, like giving them a username that's like hiding all your information, you don't have to give them your credit card information. They don't even have to know your name. All they need is this username. That makes things so much simpler.
It does.
And that's what Proton's working on right now.
Interesting. Now, we didn't talk about this. We talked about mining, but do you like the mining stocks? Is that the safer way to play the commodity? I have a lot of people asking me about that.
Dude, my opinion, I'll weigh in on this one, is like the crypto mining stocks are just a proxy for the crypto that they're mining, right? So like you're bullish on those stocks if you're bullish on the crypto. And typically you're buying those stocks at a premium because of their future crypto production.
Correct.
I think if you're just generally bullish on the crypto, just buy the crypto and eliminate any sort of single company risk.
I agree
right?
with
Like,
you.
what if you get a shitty execute, right? You load all into one, and then it's a shitty executor, or like this one company hits some supply chain issues, or their energy source that they've been out advertising isn't as efficient as they say it is.
I
That's
agree with
my
you.
general sentiment on it.
But what happens
I
if there's
agree.
really bad news on one of the coins that they mine, but they have 4 other coins that they mine? I think you're
You
diversified.
can hedge it away, yeah, but you could also
Well,
just buy 4 coins.
I
True.
feel like the best buy in that type of space, in the stock space, are the exchanges, because I feel like the exchanges are eventually going to become like third tier banks.
Yeah, I think
they're
so
go-
too.
They're going to offer you loans on your crypto. They're going to offer you loans on your NFTs, like these crypto punks that are basically becoming like Rembrandts and all of that. I think they're going to become the third tier banks of the future. So I'm invested in, I think it's FTSV or FT
FTX?
FTT.
No. FT,
It's a SPAC.
the FT. You're talking about eToro, right?
Yes.
God, what is that?
Oh, how do we not know that, Luke?
Ruell is really close.
It's FCTV or FTCV.
You're close.
But hey, I have a question for both of you. And this is something I get into talks with my other institutions. Aren't the banks and the Federal Reserve and our government not like they can't be fans of this, right? I mean, if it's going to replace the dollar, don't you think at one point they're going to try to stomp this out?
Let me show you something, buddy.
FTCV, that's the eToro one.
FTCV. So I think these are going to be like third tier banks because they're going to offer crypto loans, and they're going to offer them at much better prices than banks. So those are my big bets. It's going to have to be dead money for a while, like because once they get all of that stuff worked out. But I'm just putting some money over there and just like not worrying about it. But I'm glad you asked that question, Matt. Let me start sharing here, and I shared this with my patrons. So they already got it. Now you guys are gonna get it. Let's squash this Bitcoin FUD. Let's squash it. We're gonna squash it right here.
All right, let's squash it. I like squashing things.
So every 3 months you hear something Biden Bitcoin in China. Every 3 months, and the market goes down. I'm just gonna show you this right here. So November 30th, Biden in China briefly pushed Bitcoin below 60K, and that kind of started the whole go down of this.
Yeah, China is definitely negative on Bitcoin. They see it as a threat.
Let's go. Let's keep going though. Down here again, Biden Bitcoin China. That's June. Here it is in October. They just keep getting that band to get back together again. I'm going to show you something here. It's going to be really.
Hey guys, I'm gonna have to hop
shocking.
off in a couple minutes just as an FYI.
Yeah, I'll have to hop too.
All right, this last thing we're gonna.
Wait, we don't see your chart. Are you trying to build up a
Yeah,
chart?
I just put it up.
No
I just
chart.
put it up.
So okay. Did you see this part?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so now let me hit you with this. So a guy went through, and you can basically remember I said the blockchain, right? It's like a certificate of authenticity, right?
Mm-hmm.
So a guy basically went through and found known wallets, right? Have you ever heard of a company called Silk Road?
I have.
Okay, so the federal government, i.e. the United States government, is sitting on a boatload of Bitcoin. Let me show you who 2 of the top 5 holders of Bitcoin are. Chinese government sitting on 10 billion.
Wait, I thought the Chinese outlawed it. Why do they own crypto?
They outlawed people mining it. They still have it. They still own it. They still own them. See, that's the biggest joke ever.
I give up. We can leave it on this.
Now you'll go and read some articles where they say the U.S. government like sold all that Silk Road Bitcoin to Tim Draper. They sold them some, but they're still sitting on about four billion in Bitcoin, and for various reasons, they continue to seize Bitcoin if people are doing nefarious things with it. So,
All right.
and this is the wallet we know of. They actually kept Silk Road open for a year to catch more nefarious people. So who knows if there's some random other wallets that they used to, stop some crime that we don't know about. But of the ones we know about, they're sitting on 4 billion. So they might regulate it for sure,
But they're going to sell their Bitcoin first.
they might regulate it.
Yeah, but what's 10 billion to the Chinese government?
No. Hold on, no. They might regulate it, but if they're sitting on this much Bitcoin and they have Coinbase,
you're right, Luke,
Voyager as publicly traded companies, they're not getting rid of it. And they
but I'm also saying like 10 billion to the Chinese government is like around
$1 to you and I.
Yeah.
But
I mean, there's individuals, right? Like hundreds of individuals with more than 10 billion.
But we went from a point of they would not even hear about an ETF. They wouldn't hear about it. They would just shelve the paperwork to now there being all these like they're ETFs now. They're publicly traded Bitcoin companies now. We've gone from not wanting to hear about it to them actually being publicly traded companies. There's no way they're going to do that when they got all these different companies with like, let's go back to that list, shall we? MicroStrategy, public traded company. Tesla, Stone Ridge Holdings, Tezos.
I can't believe Voyager is the 19th largest. That can't be right.
Voyager. No, that makes sense.
Like this is just known wallets, right? This isn't everything.
Square.
No, because it doesn't even equal like 10%.
Yeah.
Square. We got.
If you add up all the percentage, Luke, it's like 6 or 7.
Oh, it's 9. It says at the bottom.
Oh, does it? Sorry.
This is just known ones.
Argo.
That 10% was a good guess, Cole.
Yeah.
But you see, like, and we got Van Eck. That's like one of the biggest, like, freaking, like.
So does Van Eck have an ETF?
Provider.
ETF? They have a crypto ETF, I guess. Yeah, they do.
Yeah,
so,
my buddies used to work there.
So with all these companies in Bitcoin, there's no way they can get rid of it. Like, they would piss off so many people. Like, why would they do that? And
shout out Van Eck, by the way.
Huh?
Shout out Van Eck, friends.
And on top of that, they would be shooting themselves in the foot. Can
you believe that Grayscale Kolb has 3%? So big,
right?
Yeah,
$653 billion worth.
Mm-hmm. But then again, right? see, Luke, you didn't live through 2008. How old were you in 2008?
2008, I was 15.
Okay, I did, and it was horrible. It was torture.
How old were you? In your 20s?
I was 24, 25. I was 26.
Okay.
So, I mean, I saw 115 people get fired around me. I was one of 5 left. It was nasty. So
wait, who's at the very bottom there, Ruell, with 0.25 Bitcoin?
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk.
That's hilarious. Dave Portnoy won.
Wait, funny. How does Portnoy have more?
That's like, just self-reported.
That's him personally. That's
he's got one Bitcoin. They put him on there. Come on.
It's funny. Funny. I like it.
Come on. Delegitimizes it.
No, I think it's funny. I like it. This is just like known, I guess, right?
Yeah, these are known wallets.
Oh my goodness. I was long Funware for years and took a big loss on it. Then it became a meme.
PHUN. Well, isn't Funware the ones? Aren't they doing the like you can check into your?
I can't hear you, Luke.
Yeah, we lost you. While Luke's coming back, You agree with me though, don't you? Like with all of these publicly traded companies, like there's no way they can get rid of it.
Well, I mean, you can't say no way, but I agree. The more big corporate America gets involved, the tougher it is for it to be shut down. That doesn't mean that we can't have an 80% drop, because there's a panic, right? If liquidity leaves the stock market or we have a serious recession and people need capital, it could happen. So it's just what I'm just saying is everyone's got to have an exit plan on both the top and the bottom. I do, like, if a stock doesn't go my way, I take the loss. So There's nothing wrong with taking losses. But if you have a thesis and you're willing to hold long term, right? Just be ready to add to your position or don't be upset when it goes down.
I agree.
All right. I got to go home, gentlemen.
Yeah, me too.
All right. This is a good talk. I like this.
Happy trading, guys. I'm putting the social links in the chat one more time. Throw us a follow on Twitter. Say what up. Drop your favorite assets in there.
Yeah. Share this to everybody. And it's been fun, Ruell. Nice to meet you, bud.
Same, brother.
Peace, guys.
Peace.